How's it going, people? Welcome to this week's edition of The Locker Room right here on Top 6 Fan TV. I have with me Umar, the Arsenal fan, and Dero, the United fan, and they're itching to get into the week's action from the English Premier League. It's been a fantastic round of games, and Arsenal did play twice in there, and so did Manchester City, and of course, a resurgent Man United, and we'll get into it right after this.
Bukayo Saka! Anthony! Salah! Huge support from Aubameyang! Bang! There goes Haaland. He's on.
Brilliant. And you are most welcome if you're just joining us. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to drop your comment and take part in the action. I'd like to welcome Umar to the show. Umar, say what's up.
What's up, everyone?
Nice to be here. Brilliant. Of course, enjoying the elephant's view from the top, Mr. Omar and Derarito, who is actually quite late to the panel. He's the reason we are late. Man United fans always in faggy time. Eh?
Only
you know, as an elephant poacher, it takes some time to bring something down that big.
Yeah, man. So far, I don't know what you guys are using, man. You're using feathers instead of a shotgun, bro.
All it takes is a mouse to make an elephant squeal.
They're bringing a knife
Brilliant. Yeah, man. I mean, we'll jump right into it, and there's no other place to start than the tussle at the top. The top two, kicking off with the top two, Arsenal and Manchester City were at it last week. Fantastic action in there. And I mean, the results in there. Starting with the big one at the Emirates, Manchester City coming to Arsenal and falling behind 3-1. Not the result the Arsenal fans expected or wished for, but yes, it was as such. And then after that, bouncing back quite strongly over the weekend. Some great result actually. It was a true test of their character at Villa Park, but coming back to trump Aston Villa 4-2. Fantastic result for them. Umar, what was your take on those results for Arsenal? Starting with the first one, what went wrong for them at the Emirates?
And the game at the Emirates was quite disappointing. But it is what it was. But at least I could say I've watched Man City games when we're totally outplayed and beaten convincingly. I felt on Wednesday, I think we were just quite unlucky. We quite naive. I think you can see three of the goals. Actually, all three goals came from defensive errors, and then we had our chances. We didn't take them. Definitely, their experience came into play. When you have players like world-class players like De Bruyne and Haaland, they're gonna punish you when you keep making such mistakes. We were too naive the whole game. Everyone, maybe I could only say like two players were making mistakes. The defense was quite shaky. Zinchenko almost cost us a goal. Saliba, very shaky. Gabriel was okay until he blundered as well. So Tomiyasu was the worst player by far on the pitch. And I was actually quite impressed with Jorginho. People were skeptical about what he's going to add to the team, but he actually, of all the midfielders we had that day, he was the one who actually showed up. Captain, I think needs also a breather. I think he's a bit tired. He's not been affecting the game as he was when we were on that run. He's a bit off the pace a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be long term and the only problem is with the Smith Rowe injuries. I don't know. We have no person who can actually play that number, so I think we're also struggling.
Silva.
Silva Vieira.
Sorry. Vieira.
Vieira is good, but Vieira is not yet. I don't think he can impact the game as Odegaard does. Odegaard is actually a very brilliant player. While we were winning most of those games, he was on ecstasy sort of form at that point. He was passing, he was fighting. I think there's been a small dip in form, and I think that has affected the team as well. And we definitely miss Jesus. His charisma, his fighting spirit. I think the moment only Zinchenko shows that fight. At times you see guys, I don't know how even to describe it, not fighting. Ketia is good, but I don't think he's at the same level of Jesus. Fine, he scores the goals, but then Jesus brings everyone into play. Everyone is actually performing when he's on. He's so selfless. He's a fighter. He's a person who creates chances, takes on defenders. Ketia he'll probably go into the role in the future, but he's not yet the article to be going for a title. He had a couple of chances in both games, by the way.
Ketia out.
Not out.
Ketia.
Just rested. Probably will show more hunger.
Man, guy has been resting for like 4 years, man.
No.
We need Balogun, man.
Balogun has proved he can perform at the top level, but I think right now with Odegaard's in form, he looks a bit clueless. Him coming to pick the ball from the field and driving the ball, no, and then he's missing open sitters, headers that he should be barring in both games. He had two again. He had one. He had an open chance, a chip that he failed to bury against Aston Villa. A head again from a fabulous cross from Ben White.
Zinchenko. Was it Zinchenko?
Zinchenko, I think, was in the first game. That was against
first
Man
leg.
City.
Yeah, first leg.
Yeah, against Man City. This one was from Ben White, which I should have been able to just bury, hit the post. But I feel actually where number 14, of course, definitely because of Henry, but he needs to know that, the history of that number. When you're number 14 for Arsenal, you have to perform at that level. Yeah, but at least we're still on top. I think luck and God is on our side. People don't believe it, but then we'll take it. Every game is going to be a final. Yeah, so let's move from that. We'll fight.
Dero, why are you smiling, man? What's up? What was your take on Man City's performance? Did Arsenal crumble under pressure?
I really don't think it was a juggernaut of a match, really, because I feel like what Arsenal is facing at the moment, it's just a lot of fatigue.
Yeah, a lot.
I think you guys played that same team consistently for the whole season. You play a high pressing game, you play a game of pace, and I think it's just accumulated fatigue and what's happening at the same time is that it's happening concurrently at the same time. So you have Martinelli, you have Odegaard, you have Nketiah, you have all these people, Xhaka, all kind of getting fatigue at the same time. So it's starting to slip through the cracks. Yeah, because you needed that depth, and I think that's what what's his name, Arteta was trying to do by bringing in these players. But I still feel like he's still scared to give them that. Yeah, to trust them, because you do have Fabio, you do have Jorginho came in, you do have which other guy did you get?
Trossard.
Ah, man. Trossard.
Trossard.
Got
No, I
Trossard
think
as well.
he tried to do that, but because the squad may have been a bit thin already, I think they're taking their time getting into the
Gelling with the team.
gelling with the team as you would have wanted. So for me, I think that it's not a case of the players are bad or anything like that, but it's just I
Retired.
think it's that fatigue that comes with that. Because like someone once said recently that look at the teams of old. Look at let's go back to the times of the Henrys, the Van Nistelrooys, the Man U's of that time. Do you remember when you go to the 99 team, who was strikers? You had Dwight York, you had Andy Cole, you had Teddy Sheringham, you had Solskjaer. All those were bloody 4 good strikers in one team. You had Thierry Henry, you had Wiltord, you had what was his name? Dennis Bergkamp. And who else? There was another Reyes.
There was Reyes.
There's Reyes, there's Ljungberg, there's
so many times
that attack.
Yeah, so sometimes we forget about the caliber of or the depth these teams had when they enjoyed their success. In that, yes, the guy Henry may have been off form, but you bring on Kanu to play with Baka. It's not that bad. You understand? Yet now you have Jesus down, you've brought in Nketiah, and then the next guy in the ranks is Balogun, and you're like, hey, what is this?
There's some light tax in there.
Yeah. And then Man City has
no. I'm being honest, guys. So I cannot obviously as fans you'd come and you'd say you'd be frustrated, but there's a reason why those teams enjoyed the success they did then. There was something about squad depth, and I think at the time we were the big boys, and then over time that flipped round because then the only team that now kind of has that kind of depth, I believe, was City, where it can play 3 teams basically, and still come out on top. But then I think it's a learning curve. Although I just feel like Arsenal really need to. It's now or never. That's the way I feel.
Actually, because
now or never. I mean,
it's now or never.
Yeah. No. We'll get into that debate. Let me just pull in one of our people watching us live right now. Dropped a comment in there. Mr. Jonah, Liverpool man. Of course, Liverpool have hit a return to form now, a purple patch, they would call it. So they're looking good, and their players, the injured players, are coming back at the right time. But Derek, I think you can see, you are well known. You guys, you United guys, have booked the league.
We haven't booked anything, man.
You guys are rocking up like you are 7 points clear, man.
No, let me tell you guys. We have played useless football for so long. For so long. Do you know how good it is to actually watch your team and it has an identity? Yeah? Like, it's been too long, guys. Obviously, you guys are up there with all that things, but we'll enjoy because, man, how can we just be seated there and allow Arsenal to just enjoy without putting any pressure? Even if we have to squeeze every game that we can, we will shout. There's no way we're going to give it to you.
Interesting. Well, I think Jonah is spot on, man. The United guys are quite. You guys are so boisterous right now, man. It's crazy. Umar, your take on Man City, though. I mean, the results that followed this. Of course, City winning this game at the Emirates, going 11 points with Arsenal at the top of the table. Of course, superior goal difference meant that they got into the weekend on top of the pile, and Arsenal going for a tricky away game to Villa Park in Birmingham, but coming out trumps, like I mentioned, 4-2 there. Umar, your take on this game, and you comment on both. Your take on this game with regards to the performance and the character and what that means for the Arsenal, because they did go back to the top of the table.
Yeah, it showed me after the bad run of 4 games without a win. Actually, two losses. 3 losses. Everton, Man City.
And I stopped counting. I was just watching Ketia. I couldn't count, man.
At no one point was I worried, because I saw guys were actually fighting and guys were hungry. It's actually very good we got an experienced player like Jorginho. I know many fans wanted like Caicedo. I wasn't on that bandwagon. I was like, bringing someone experienced. I believe Jorginho was really, some people like that who have, I saw the way he asked for the ball, placed it superbly. So maybe we need some of these other players to come in and give us a bite. But everyone was actually good on the night. I cannot. The subs were good. There was we considered the first goal very early. Everyone was lifting up, no blame game, no heads dropped. I think it could be the spark that can get us another run. I know we still have Anfield, we still have wherever, but let's first win the games.
Stamford Bridge.
No, Stamford coming home.
Was it? Oh, they're coming home. Yeah, coming home. Yeah, big ones there. Liverpool. Yeah.
And
interesting. Dero, your thoughts?
No, I feel like your last game. I think I blame Unai Emery. Number one, he had the chance to use the dark arts. You get, and the guy let his feelings get the best of him. As in, like, if you are caught like that, you're 2-1 up. At Arsenal. Yeah. After that, stop playing football. Just play some nasty shit. You get, the guys who wanted to play a passing game, try to outpass Arsenal, keep attacking. What the useless nonsense was that?
Look at how the dark arts turned out for United when last time they came by the Emirates. Eventually,
that's the thing. No, that one. Some guys were sleeping on that one.
Talk to Man City. Actually, don't believe it, but Man City actually applied some real dark thing. They knew what to do. Very clever dark
time
arts. Kick Saka.
Just embarrassing.
Was just given, I think, a role. Just go and kick him. Simple kicks, not tackle him back. Give him small kicks here. And when how Guardiola showed is actually an experienced manager. When he made the biggest change in that game was when he brought on Akanji and removed Mahrez. They stopped playing from behind, started launching in the balls and go more direct. As he still wanted to do that, or get the ball from behind. No, he realized that no, they're having all the. You know what? Let me try and go direct. Launching
because I think if Aston Villa had just started playing ugly football, you guys, the owners was on you to break them down. So you guys would have probably pushed forward a bit more, and then these guys had the pace to catch you on the counter. But then this Man City could go toe to toe with you, and that's what happened. Because they survived. Odegaard just missed some chances. There's some things there which ideally you guys having your head switched on would have scored. But then I blame Unai. Unai just got carried away. He put feelings in this shit instead of being being professional. And sometimes you have to play ugly when you're playing a superior team. I don't know why.
So tell me, Nottingham Forest seemed to play ugly and eventually got a result.
Biggest football. That was the biggest surprise I've seen actually. I didn't expect any. And Man City was actually, but then they did miss a couple of chances, but they dominated that game to say that they deserve to be winners. They did miss some chances, but then also Nottingham were confident and took the game to them. If every club can do that for us, it'll be a very big bonus. I think they should just go and talk the Nottingham team for.
There'll be some interesting results there. Just to chip in, I saw a stat, gentlemen. On the first game. I know Arsenal lost that game, but with the right, I think temperament. It's part of. I think it's part of the growth period for Arsenal. I think they were quite naive in the first game. Mistakes, missed chances, a cocktail of things that didn't go well for Arsenal versus going right for City. Yes, there were the tactical tricks. They had Haaland, but I saw a stat around the first half, right? In the first half of that game at the Emirates, Arsenal limited Manchester City and a Guardiola team to the lowest possession that a Guardiola team has ever had. That was I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was fantastic, and it does show that the ingredients are there for this team. The ingredients are there, and whether they can do it this season, I don't know. We're still, many Arsenal fans, we're enjoying the elephant being at the top for now. We'll see. We'll push as much as we can, but the ingredients are there. Another comment coming in here from one of our other viewers there, Legit Colonel. I know this gentleman is an Arsenal fan. Shout outs to the Arsenal WhatsApp page right there. He says, I don't agree that Villa Unai tried to outplay Arsenal while a 2-1 the equalizer came so early in the second half. Then Villa tried to look for the winner as Martinez wasted time. Ramsdale had 2 good saves. I think he does have a point there. That Bailey guy was was quite something. So you do underlook the importance of Ramsdale's contribution to that. If he was Petr Cech, that would go up to the likes of Petr Cech and your very beloved David De Gea. Those are.
Did you see this last game for Man U, boss? Before you talk.
Yeah, you're buying the refs as usual. We are going to get into that.
No, the man saved some 2 goals, man.
Yeah, actually, he did. He's David De Gea has. If you guys didn't have David De Gea in the last 10 years, he would be in trouble. But forget about the coaches, the managers that have gone through. If you guys didn't have David De Gea, that's 15 points every season. Yeah?
That's one of the few things Ferguson left us.
Top goalkeeper.
He left you. Yeah, let's move away from Manchester City and Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal still atop the Premier League, right there, enjoying being at the top right now of the table. 23 games played, 54 points. Manchester City played a game more. They're in second place on 52 points, 2 points behind. Arsenal do have a game in hand. Manchester United with a fantastic 3-0 result at home to Leicester City. That result taking them to 49 points with 24 games played. That's 3 points behind Manchester City. So United are knocking on the door of the title race. Mr. Derorito, I invite you to give submission. I'm sure you're excited about this one.
No, me, I am number one. First of all, I respect ETH. That man is a genius. That is it so far. Like what he has been able to do in his first season is unprecedented. I was comfortable in the beginning, just saying, you know what, get us an identity. We go to the next season, But just the game against Barcelona for me was just. I was really, really left really, really, really proud because at no point did you feel like, we were underdogs. It was like 2 heavyweights in a match, boxing the shit out. Huh?
No, to be honest, those 2 teams are like more or less at the same. I mean, it's Xavi's first season at Barcelona. They're more or less at the same stage of development. It's just that I think Barcelona have probably outperformed. I didn't expect them to be 8 points clear of Real Madrid, although the Madrid team is aging, but they're performing really well. But if you look at it in terms of progress, Eric Ten Hag is actually the more experienced of Xavi, of Arteta. Let's say the Guardiola proteges, right? He's the more experienced. Certainly Graham Potter, man.
No, but
having won titles having won titles at Ajax, he's the more experienced. For me, it doesn't come as a surprise. As actually the moment Man United got Eric Ten Hag, I was like, this is a problem. I knew it was a problem.
For me, I would say the thing I'd say
then,
about Barca is that irrespective of which other coach they have always they've always held true to their footballing identity. And for me, that is something which I think no team knows how much we have suffered from the time Ferguson left. We have failed to have a footballing identity.
but
You get
Ole. You had Ole. Ole almost won
there
the
was
title.
no identity there. That guy was winging shit, man. He winged shit for a season. He got us. We were like, hey, man, Ole. But then,
they will
time things just became a problem for the man. He thought he could smile his way into stuff. But I just feel like now where the team is right now, I feel like we have an identity. When you see, like now when Ten Hag removes someone and puts in another player, you still see the same type of football. You still see the identity. You still see there's a way he wants us to play. There's a way a sort of identity. You see them playing the triangles, the one-touch passes, the through balls, and then also now with his latest trick from the hat. This workhorse Sorry, this we can't speak things in this. I don't know. Are there any rules for this?
But beep, man. There's no beep, but that's a beep right there, man.
this workhorse guy, as in like how like, to be honest, like someone put that thing. No one knows what he does, but he does it, and it really helps the team. And it's just some weird ghost positioning that is, he just pulls defenders, wins back the ball, and just opens room for the team. Yeah. But to be honest, for me, I'm just really, really happy with where we are, the depth in the squad, the way certain talents have picked up. And for me, that's the biggest attribute to how good Ten Hag is. The fact that there were players who we as fans and the club had given up on are now players who are good on the ball, dribbling, shooting, have an eye for a pass. You get, like, man, there was a time when Fred, and then just his buys,
the butcher
coming into the butcher, Martinez, Varane, Casemiro. Man, the only guy I have a question around in these days is Anthony. He comes in once in a while and does something, but
that guy must have learned how to play football at Ginger, that electoral commission roundabout, man. The guy gets the ball, he's always going around in circles, man. I don't understand that guy. Yeah. Pirouette, back pass. Pirouette, back pass. Hey.
But we are trusting Ten Hag. When Ten Hag sees something in someone, we now believe. We no longer have our views, no longer matter. It's what Ten Hag sees.
Yes.
And he has brought us this far, so we'll trust the process.
And you got rid of Ronaldo.
And yes, ideally. He needed that. He needed that to open the team up. And one other thing Ten Hag has done, I think through Fergie, we managed to compromise the referees again. I mean, look at this challenge from Marcel Sabitzer. Can you believe it's not even a yellow card? No warning. The guy's like, sorry, play on. Huh? What was that, man?
Guys,
I don't know.
We can pull out.
Manchester United is coming back.
It's just because this is the most recent occurrence. But we can all go and pull out different things from different games, different callings in this season. This season has been a shambles in the referee department. So today it was us, but you've enjoyed the same. Every team in the Premier League has enjoyed and has suffered from bad refereeing decisions. But we'll take it. We're an easy target.
We thank God Lee Mason has resigned because that was you guy, man. That guy must have been in the United reserves in his teams.
At least now you have no excuse.
We need to uncover. We lost those points. Let me bring in Aubrey Agaba here. Comment here from Aubrey Agaba. Dorito, the man supplementing or supporting your comment earlier. I just don't understand Vegas. But whatever he does, he approves, obviously, with some thumbs up there. Veghorst, I mean, taking a template out of, who should I say, Zinchenko for Arsenal, playing, not necessarily doing only one thing at the front end of the pitch, but, I saw him in midfield and in defense. In your game. So Veghorst actually contributes quite a bit to that United team. And I think, gentlemen, should we say United are in the title race? 3 points behind Manchester City.
I think they are. The only problem is maybe I think they are. Maybe the only thing that would be like the goal difference, but they're very good defensively. I believe when Casemiro now comes back, because I think they've missed him ever since the red card against Crystal Palace. Once he comes back, United is a different team when he's on pitch. Yeah, but then the only thing is, so because in the past 2 games, unless I'm mistaken, was it that? Brentford and what?
What's that? United's what? Sorry?
The beginning. It was a loss against Brentford, and I think they lost 2 games, I think.
They lost against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, there's that last-minute free kick from that guy. What's his name? Michael Olise.
No, that's recent. I'm saying what was the first 2 games?
Brentford and
4-1, I think. Then I think
I'm sure we'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
It wasn't Brighton.
Once they settled in, they've been amazing. Fine, they can drop points here and there, but he has organized the team so well. I think it's one of the teams. I don't fear Spurs. I don't fear Chelsea. I don't fear Newcastle. Has now started showing its true skin, now finding its levels. Yeah, but United is in their performance, so you never know what happens. Football is football. They could get a chance.
But I think also one thing that guys are also not realizing, and also that people need to also just appreciate.
I think the first Brighton. I think he lost to Brighton in the first opener.
Yes, it was Brighton and Brentford. Yeah.
And Brentford.
But I think what people are not realizing also is Man United has been playing back-to-back games for I don't know how long. Every 3, there've been no resting. You get
squad depth, man.
We have been exactly, but you get what I'm trying to say. So that's also the fact that we have been able to do what we have done so far. You get, and him just being able to play around the team. We've had injuries. It's not been one of those things where we've said we've not had injuries. We've had injuries. We've had red cards. We've had Maguire. So
is Maguire.
But to see where we've come from and see where we are, man. Me, it's a true testament that at least like we're saying, I feel like the Man U we want to see. I think we have the right now to be excited again in terms of that, because there's some things that leads a draw. And then even this last game, like De Gea really pulled one out of his hat for us. To be honest, those 2 games. But then the thing I like about Ten Hag is his ability to change play. So he doesn't stick to one size fits all. Remember, he came into Premier League thinking he's going to play like Ajax, that he play from the back, do what. After 2 games, he learned this shit can't work. So he had to redo something else. And then he has been doing that consistently, even with this Leicester game. How we started, what he wanted from the team, took off Garnacho, and then everything again then changed. You get, for the first half of the season, was playing.
I mean, that's an interesting point, and I'd like to. Sorry for bumping in there, Dero, but I'd like to bring this the whole United debate to a close, because we are running out of time. But Umar, that's an interesting point that Derito raises, because as with some Arsenal fans of a weekend, and we were just, especially the game. It was actually the game against City, and the comment kept coming. guy Arteta, man, the guy is so stubborn. He sticks to his blueprint. I mean, playing out from the back, he will not change anything. He will go with Nketiah the whole 90 for the next 10 games. And could that be the difference between, because we've already discussed how Guardiola is more tactically flexible, and we're seeing the same trait, creeping up in Erik ten Hag's, right?
Yeah,
So could that be the difference in the title race there? Because Arsenal
could.
are they're actually up against Erik ten Hag and Guardiola.
Experienced managers, very good managers, and unless he also learns to adapt, he's still a young manager. And that the problem is a bit stubborn at times. He's a bit stubborn at times. That's
all
one
the time, man.
you the changes. Everyone's like, you know, to do this. Taking us on. Why are we still passing from the back? Why don't we just clear the ball? Like, what's it gonna?
I mean, we have a good passer of the ball. I mean, Ramsdale is fantastic with his feet, right?
Try and be direct. When's it gonna kill you? City did it. Erik ten Hag does it regularly. Jurgen Klopp does it when he sees the press changes a bit. So
Why can't we also did it?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Let's give him the faith in him, but the naivety.
I think one thing that may also be helping that may call in Arsenal's favor is something that I think many people would not agree with, but with the terminator that is Haaland, there is also a limitation to Man City's style of play. I think there was some guy who was saying that at this time last season they had the same number of goals, but with more goals scored. Yet now, it's majority of the goals are scored by one person, and as long as he's on the pitch, everyone looks out for him. So if you block De Bruyne, and who is his main supply, then you find that these other teammates find it hard to find him. So I guess
more direct,
yeah. So I think that has played into also making the season a bit more interesting this time around, because although City is still the dynamic City they have such an amazing striker in Haaland that they are forced to always try to find him. But that being said,
it has killed their team.
Yeah,
they had like 3 or 4 players, 10 goals.
Yeah, some crazy stat like that, man. Interesting. Some more meme there, jumping into Umar's shoot. But moving on for more things, United, we do have Spurs, a couple of teams coming back into their stride, right? Spurs, Liverpool, and I'll summarize it. Spurs, coming up trumps against West Ham, tough game right there for them. But they managed to get a result on Sunday, 2-0 against.
Finally, good to see Son scoring finally. I believe he's one of the best players in the league, and I don't know if it's content.
He's had a dip. Interestingly, we did also see Salah score. So Spurs coming up 2-0 over West Ham. Obviously, and Antonio Conte still on bed rest. Stellini, the number 2, taking charge and implementing the blueprint quite well. And Liverpool as well coming out on top against Newcastle, 2-0 as well. Mo Salah also looking like he's going to get back in form, providing an assist there for Cody Gakpo and Darwin Núñez there with the goals, and it does look like Liverpool are coming back with their Virgil van Dijk returned. You have what's this guy's name? The Portuguese guy, Diogo Jota, is back on the bench. Luis Diaz is back in training. Firmino is back in training. So Liverpool could look interesting. I think this might actually be what they needed to get Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez, and Salah playing, getting used to each other, because they have started. You can see the fluidity is coming back. And of course, Klopp has unearthed a gem in midfield. All the talk was about their decline in midfield, but
But
that guy, what's his name? Bajcetic.
that's like the name.
I hope I pronounced his name properly, but solid chap there. I think kudos to him. And Liverpool are starting to fire on all cylinders. So interesting stuff right there. Chelsea, gentlemen, Chelsea 1-0 loss to Southampton. What's going on at Chelsea? And guys have an interesting lineup. I saw a meme today. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I don't think it was him. I think someone just, I think someone just added a caption, but it was funny nevertheless, saying with the amount of money they spent on their squad, he thought they would be scoring from the training ground. That is not happening at the moment. What's going on at Chelsea, gentlemen, as we bring the show to a close? I'll start with Omar.
I think with Chelsea, it's just they have too many players. I think it needs time to also find his blueprint. What he's overchanging the team. Today he's playing Loftus. He's doing this. I think he just needs a little bit of some time to balance the team out a little bit, because you're bringing all these Modric, and those are too many pieces, and then you're bringing in defense. Well, if you start Chris Nelson, you're going to Barella. He just keeps changing, and I think he's also a bit like since he's not used to managing a big club, so it's also not in his favor. I think he's a brilliant manager, but maybe
Chelsea has come too soon.
Yes, I think. And then now it came, and at the point when he's trying to organize his team, you bring in many new players, and these are big name players, some of them. So you have to cut them. So what's the style? I've been watching the last 3 games. I don't see the style of play they don't build from behind. I just vibes they're expecting individual brilliance. I don't know if that's what he wants from them. I've not seen any identity from them. Maybe he needs time. Maybe he's not the right person. I think.
Derorito. Interesting comments there, Umar. Thanks. Dero, Potter in, Potter out.
I think Potter in. Guys, I think what Potter has, any manager would suffer.
Struggle with.
Because look at, even when you look at their last 4 games to 3 games, it's not that they're playing badly. They create chances, they hit the bar, they have some beautiful moments in there. But I might, if I gave you that squad, each of these players has been brought in on 80 million, 70 million. You have 3 people in every position. Who'd you play? Who'd you drop? You drop one person, someone blames you. You start one person, another person blames you. So the man is gnashing, and I feel like he made a blunder in that. I think he had such a good thing going with Brighton. If he had achieved some amount of success a bit more with them, and then come at the end of the season, I think he would be in a better place. But he came in the middle, inherited a lot of rubbish. Can you believe those guys still have Aubameyang? Me, I just don't even understand.
But he doesn't even make the squad, man. He doesn't even make the squad. Aubameyang is.
That's what I'm trying
I don't know.
To say.
He's cleaning the training ground or something, man. It's nothing personal.
For me, I feel like they have the squad to do anything they would want to. He just needs to figure it out. But the only problem is in today's day and age, apart from Liverpool and Arsenal, so far have been the only people who have been patient enough to give their coaches time. And they're starting
United as well, with Ole.
With who? With Ole came in and we were just there on good vibes and inshallah for 1 season. Then after that, after that,
back to default settings. So, gentlemen, let's leave it at that for this week's show. Umar, one more point for you.
I think Todd Bowley made a big mistake releasing Tuchel. If he had given Tuchel this squad, I think there would have been a threat. He's a big
Yeah.
manager.
But you see,
I don't know why they
Tuchel,
fired him.
Tuchel wanted to build his team. Todd
Yes.
Boy wants to play football manager. You get like a spoiled American child. You understand?
And
So
moreover, he's not even playing football manager with soccer. He's playing American football manager.
NFL stuff. You get. Let
NFL
me get
stuff in Premier League.
everyone from everywhere and put them in one place. You get. So
Guy looked at that midfield. Who's your quarterback, man?
yeah.
No quarterback. No, you need Enzo, man. He just won the World Cup.
And then you get
Enzo plays the ghost quarterback position. I think we need him in our team. You know.
You need a runner,
So
man. Get this Mudrick guy.
no, exactly. I mean, you need someone who can catch the ball, in the end zone. You know. So I think it's just
they're called the
one of
London
these.
Cowboys these days.
Yeah.
Chelsea,
So
London Cowboys.
I just you could, because when even before Tuchel left, you could really see his frustration when it would come to press thing. Is you could tell he was like, I can't believe the nonsense I'm working under with this guy. But he was the right guy for the job, but he was not the kind of coach who was going to just let people be shoved down his throat, and he was going to just have to use them. So I think
I definitely agree. So you Potter stays, and he has a preseason and he'll do great next season. That's what you think, right?
I think he'll do better. Not great, but I think he'll do better. Because honestly speaking, guys, before he came to Chelsea, look at what he achieved with Brighton.
It was massive. Massive.
It was massive. You get. So I feel he had
last comment of the day.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Last comment of the day. Did you guys see that about United and Qatari? You are not ready for us next season. Of course, Aubrey excited about the new ownership noises that are going on in United. We expect an announcement to come out pretty soon. Two main bidders in there for United. Qatari group submitting one of the Qatari prominent bankers. And then Ratcliffe, yes, British guy, richest guy in Britain. You want Ratcliffe?
Yeah. I don't like these Qatari guys. They're up to some no good shit. It's like they are going to say, which team should we buy? I buy Newcastle, you buy PSG, you buy Manchester. We make small team play in a garden, okay, on Sunday. We make white boy run around. We throw Lion in there. See if they can
oil money. It's called diversification of portfolio. Arab money.
They're killing the game. So I want Ratcliffe because I feel like Ratcliffe will stay true to who we are and help build us into something big with proper structures. Yet here, these guys will just come in and throw us blank checks. I feel like it will kill the whole vibe.
A blank check with Eric Ten Hag is not such a bad thing. Yeah? You never know.
I just hope they don't do that stuff of saying they want to just sell shirts and then Ten Hag wants to play the beautiful game. Because Ten Hag built like 4 teams from nowhere, you understand, and sold them for millions. So I feel like for me personally, I'm a big fan of Pilestri, and I feel like with the Qataris coming in, such players won't get a chance. Yet now you're seeing guys like Mainu, Pilestri, Garnacho. You know, these are guys who are starting to come in, and for me,
that's a good point. That's a good point. Because the guys will be looking for the next Enzo Fernandez. They're looking for 150 million player. Bring in Mbappe. And all of a sudden, Rashford is not firing. Sancho is sulking.
Exactly.
Problem. Be careful what you wish for, United fans. On that note, I'll leave it at that. Qatar is in on that note. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for online. And if you're watching this at a later time, thanks do smash a like on that screen, and most importantly, subscribe. Umar, thanks for checking in from the Ghana side. De Rorito from the Red Devil side, Theater of Dreams. Thanks for checking in, and thanks to all those who dropped their comments in. Jonah K, Legit Kano, Aubrey, as usual, and we will catch you a week from now, same time, same place, and have a great week, people. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi guys. Bye-bye.